Hello everyone, so we are already in our chapter 5 of our module of our elementary statistics and probability, and this time we're going to talk about discrete probability distributions. Okay, so this is Vanessa C. Fredeluces. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please click subscribe and as well as the bell button so that you will be notified for incoming new videos about mathematics tutorials. Okay, so discrete probability distributions. The first thing that we are going to focus upon is the binomial distribution, and this is one of the applications of discrete probability distribution. So blood samples are used to screen people for COVID-19. Since there is a rapid spread of the virus, it can be possible that sometimes health workers combine or pool the blood samples of a group of individuals into one batch and then test it. If the result of the batch is negative, no further testing is needed since none of the individuals in the group has the virus. But if the test result of the batch is positive, each individual in the group will be tested individually. Okay? According to the Department of Health, as of October 27, 2020, the daily positive rate of COVID infection is 6.3%. So medyo mataas pa rin. So, parang araw-araw ngayon ay parang 2,000 ang nai-infect in the entire country. What is the probability that there will be no more added cases on the next month? So, we are hoping for this percentage to go down or to flatten up to zero. Okay, and we are so hoping that this pandemic will be over since everyone is being affected, especially you young people. Napakahirap na ninyong mag-aral, di ba? Ang hirap-hirap mag-self-study. Okay, that is why we are doing also our best so that everyone can learn in this new normal. But then there is an announcement coming from our president that there will be a face-to-face by January. So let us all rally in prayer that it will be realized. Okay, so this is one of the problems that can be solved by discrete probability distribution, and later on maybe we are going to deal with that question. Okay, so before we are going to proceed, there are just some terms for us to review, and these terms are already introduced to you way back, I guess, grade 8 or grade 7 pa. Okay, a variable is a characteristic or attribute that can assume different values. So we have already also talked about this during the first week of our course, di ba? So kapag sinabi natin variable, these are symbols or letters of the alphabet that assume or that represents unknown values. Okay. Then, if we have here a random variable, it is a variable whose values are determined by chance. So, it is not designated, it is not specifically picked. Okay, it is at random. Okay, if we say discrete variables, these are variables which can have finite or infinite number of possible values that can be counted. If we say counted, they are or they can be enumerated using the number 1, 2, and 3. By the way, variables are not what do you call this? If we say discrete variables, we are referring to objects or persons or anything that that can be counted. Okay, as 1, 2, and 3. Hindi siya pwedeng half. Hindi siya pwedeng 1/3. Like person, like the persons in this house. There are 5 persons in this house as of the moment. We cannot say 5.5, di ba? So discrete variables are counted or enumerated. And then we have continuous variables. These are variables that can assume all values in the interval between any given values. Interval, okay? Between any two given values. So kapag given ang 1 and 2, so what's in between are continuous numbers or variables. Okay, so 1.2, 3.4. Okay, if we say variables, they are not really numbers. Okay, they are events, or they are objects, or they are individuals. Okay, whatever that can be counted or measured. So kapag sinabi nating continuous random variables, these are obtained from data that can be measured. Mini-measure siya, hindi siya kinakount. Okay, halimbawa, asukal. Are you counting the butil of asukal? Of course not. They are measured. Okay? So, asukal is a continuous variable. What else? Distance. Okay, distance, volume, area, length. What else? Time, temperature. Those are continuous variables since they are measured rather than counted. Diba? Okay, how about years? It depends. Okay, if we say years are counted, they are counted in it can be enumerated like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Okay, but if we say age, okay, it is already measured. Age is a continuous variable. Okay, so let us proceed. Discrete random or probability. Discrete probability distribution is a set of numbers consists of the values a random variable can assume and the corresponding probabilities of the values. The probabilities are determined theoretically or by observation. Ayan. So, ina-expect mo o kaya ino-observe mo. Ayan. So, let us have our first example. So, this discrete probability distribution are used in, is used in decision making in businesses, insurance, okay, and other real life situations. Ayan. So, pertaining to possibilities. Ayan. Okay. So, let us have our first example. Construct a probability distribution for the first number of heads when 3 coins are flipped simultaneously. So, kapag daw sabay-sabay na tinos natin yung 3 coins or flinip natin, we're going to find the probability distribution for the number of heads. Okay? So, tututok lang tayo sa number of heads. So, of course, we have these outcomes. The first thing that we're going to do is to identify our sample space, which will contain all the possible outcomes of the experiment or the event. Okay? So, ano yung event natin dito? Flipping 3 coins simultaneously. Okay? And then, this is our sample space or the possible outcomes. Ayan. So, nandyan na lahat. So, in order for you to be sure that you will be listing all possible outcomes and you will not be missing any of the possible outcomes, is to use the tree diagram. Yeah. Okay. So, this time, nilista ko na siya to save some of the time. So, for each of these possible outcomes, these are the individual probability. Diba? So, there are 8 outcomes. So, all tails. So, 1/8. And then, we have TTH, 1/8. So, tigwa 1/8 silang lahat. Okay? Because it is a classical experiment, di ba? Okay, so ang sabi niya dyan, number of heads. So, we have on our outcomes an outcome without head. Ayan. So, no heads. So, lahat ay tail. And then, we have also outcomes with 1 head. Ayan, TTH, and then THT, and then HTT. And then, we also have outcomes with 2 heads. So, HHT, HTH, THH, and HHH. Ayan. So, lahat naman ito ay heads. 3 heads na siya. Okay, so, these are the some of this, what do you call this? Events. Okay? So, kung ito yung ating experiment, event ang sinabi ko kanina. This is our experiment, flipping 3 coins simultaneously. These are our events. Okay? An event of getting no heads, event of getting 1 head, event of getting 2 heads, event of getting 3 heads. Ayan. So, ito na yung mga probabilities nila. So, to get the probability of no heads, so, titignan mo lahat. Pag plusin mo, you're going to add all the probability of that. So, isa lang naman siya. So, 1/8 lang siya. And then, we have here the event of getting 1 head. So, tatlo yan. So, pag plusin mo lahat yung kanyang probability, that is equal to 3 over 8. Okay, 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 is 3 over 8. And then, sorry, the event of getting 2 heads, we have also 3 and tigwa 1/8 sila. So, if you're going to add all this, that is also equal to 3/8. And the event of getting 3 heads is only 1, so that is 1/8. So, this is already the table of probability distribution of getting the number of heads. So, number of heads ay 0. Siyempre, meron tayong 0 kasi ito, wala siyang head. Diba? Titi-titi lang siya. Okay, tail, tail, tail. And then, we have also 1 head, 2 heads, and 3 heads. So, number of heads is our x. And then, the probability are this. Ayan. So, kapag no heads, 1/8 yung probability. And then, kapag no heads, 1 head, 3/8. Ayun siya. And then, kapag 2, 3/8 din. Ayan. Kapag 3, 1/8. Ayan. So that is how you're going to make a probability distribution for certain events. Okay? So let us have, meron pa ba tayong example dyan? Ayan. Dito, meron pa ba tayong example dito? Let me just see. Okay. So, ito tayo. Dito lang tayo sa book. I-explain ko lang sandali. Dito tayo sa may module ninyo. Okay, rolling a die. Construct a probability distribution for rolling a single die. Ayan. So, dito kasi ang ginawa niya ay pa-ganon, pa-horizontal. Pero sinasanay ko na kayo sa pa-vertical since we will be dealing later on finding the probability, the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation of a given experiment. Okay, and so yun ay gagamit tayo ng vertical na table. Ayan, so ganun na ang, pero kung ganito ang isasabit niyo, okay lang din. Kung gagawin niyo, okay lang din. Okay, so construct a probability distribution for the rolling of a single die. So since the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and each outcome is probability of 1/6, the distribution is shown as, so eto siya. So ang outcome natin ng x ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then the probability of the outcomes are 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, and also 1, 6. Ayan. Okay, and then ito naman sa tossing coins, represent graphically the probability distribution for the sample space for tossing 3 coins. Okay, so ito naman yung number of heads kanina. Ayun na yung example natin kaninang nauna. Okay, so theoretical ang ginamit natin dito kasi hindi tayo nag-base doon sa actual na observation natin ng pag-flip ng coins. So, we have just expected that these are the possible outcomes. Okay? So, theoretical and or classical ang ginamit natin. Okay? And so, determine whether its distribution is a probability distribution. So, not all probability distributions are real kapag kung minsan kailangan mong kilatisin kung tama o mali. Okay? Kung probability distribution ba siya o hindi. So, ito yung mga requirements ng probability distribution. It was already discussed to you last week, I guess. Okay, yung 3 requirements ng probability natin. Yung first ay, actually 3 siya, di ba? Ito, 2 lang. Okay, kasi we are dealing with the distribution. Okay? So, 2 lang. So, ang sabi niya, the sum of all or the sum of all the probabilities of each outcome should be equal to 1, and each probability should be greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 1. So, between 0 and 1 lang talaga siya. Hindi siya pwedeng less than 1 or less than 0 or greater than 1. Hindi siya pwedeng negative, hindi rin siya pwedeng 1.1 or 1.00001. Basta hindi siya pwedeng lalampas sa 1. Okay? And so we have here, the first one, we have this is our x. These are the possible outcomes, and ito yung mga probability nito. I don't know what experiment this is. Ang kailangan lang natin malaman ay kung ito ay probability distribution. Okay? So, let me get Pahiram nga ng calculator ang mga anak. Calculator, please. Faster. Thank you. Gumagana pa ba siya? Ayan, gumagana siya, guys. Okay? So, nakikita nyo siya? Parang hindi. Kailangan natin ng light. Lipat natin yung light natin. Ayan, okay na ba? Nasaan na tayo? Ayan. Okay, so we are going to add this. Yun sa second requirement, na-meet ba niya? Lahat ba ay within 0 and 1? Parang yes, di ba? So, these two requirements should be met. Both of them. Hindi pwedeng isa lang sa kanila ang mamimit. Pwedeng mamit niya yung number 1 at hindi yung number 2. O kaya yung number 2 at hindi yung number 1. Hindi pwede. Hindi siya probability distribution kapag ganun. Dapat dalawang mamit. Okay? So, let us add 1/4 plus, oops, nasa baba yung 1/4 na, plus 1/8 plus 1/16 plus, delete, plus 9/16. That is equal to 1. Okay, therefore, this is a probability distribution. Okay, so, equal to 1 lahat yung sum nito, and then, lahat naman sila is less than 1, but greater than 0. Let us proceed. How about this one? O, ito, nakita na natin na negative siya, so, ito, hindi niya na na-meet yung second requirement natin, therefore, it is automatically out of the game. It is automatically not a probability distribution. Okay? How about this one? So, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 kasi pareho-pareho naman yung kanyang denominator. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, that is equal to 1. The probability of x is equal to 1. And the probability of each outcome is less than 1 but greater than 0. Therefore, this is a probability distribution. And how about this one? So, greater than 0 but less than 1 naman yung individual probability natin. But then, let us see the sum. 0.5 plus 0.3 plus 0.4 equals 6/5. Or, 6 divided by 6 divided by 5 is that, ayan, 1.2. Okay, 1.2 siya, guys. And the requirement, this should always be equal to 1. So, hindi niya na-meet yung ating first requirement. Therefore, this is not a probability distribution. Nag-exceed siya sa 1. Okay? So, that is just how you're going to identify whether a distribution is a probability distribution. Dapat equal to 1. And then, yung bawat isa ay greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 1. And then, let us proceed. Okay. I will be giving one item as this in your quiz on Friday. Okay. Madali lang naman siya, di ba? Okay, use the following table to answer the questions. Okay, this is entitled, or the problem of this the title of this problem is dropping out of college. So, these are the reasons for dropping out of college. Too difficult daw, mahirap daw, illness, may sakit, change in work schedule, change in major or change of major, family-related problems, money, miscellaneous, no meaningful reasons. Ayan. So, there should be a meaningful reason when you drop out of college. Sa hirap ng buhay ngayon, di ba? Okay, so, some of you may be experiencing these things, but I hope your faith in God and your trust in God is greater than your problems. So you will not be dropping out. Okay, I hope everybody will graduate in due time, and that God will, I believe that God will get you or will help you through. If you have difficulties with your problems, He can use, or God can use your teachers to help you. If you have illnesses, God can heal you. If there is a change in work schedule, God will can help you cope up with it. If you change or you have a change of major, I know God will help you cope up also. If you have family related problems, God will send somebody to help you. If you are in need of money, I know God is ready to sustain and to provide. He always provides. Also with your miscellaneous, ito lang yung hindi kayo matutulungan, no meaningful reasons. Paano kayo matutulungan dyan? Okay, hindi ko alam. Okay, so let's just depend on God, di ba? Okay, so let us proceed. Sabi niya, use the table to answer the questions. Ayan. So what is the possible or what is the variable under study? What is the variable under study? The variable under study is the reason for dropping out. Okay, the reason of college students of dropping out their courses or from their courses. Okay, is it a random variable? Random ba siya? Yes, it is a random variable in the sense that it is by chance. Hindi mo ina-expect yung isang tatanungin mo kung ano yung rason niya kung bakit siya nag-drop out, di ba? Okay, or hindi mo pinipilit yung rason na nasasabihin niya. Okay? So it is random. Now, how many people were in the study? So you have to add this. We're going to add this for us to be able to know kung ilan yung nag-drop out. Okay, so let me just write it in my, parang sinulat ko na ba yan? Sinulat ko na yata yan eh. Parang wala. Okay, so let me just write. Give me some time. I will just pause muna. Ayan, okay, so sinulat ko na siya dito sa sa papel natin. Ayan. Okay, so what we're going to do to answer number 2 is to add all this. Ayan, so that is equal to 144. Okay, 144 yan. So the answer in number 2 is 144. Then complete the table. Iko-complete daw natin by getting the percentage. So isusulat natin yung percentage niya. How are we going to compute for the percentage? We're just going to divide each of these frequencies or yes, by the, kain tayo guys, patalastas, by the sum. Ayan. 45 divided by 144 is 5/16 or, so let us apply guys the rule for rounding numbers. So dalawa yung kukunin natin, 0.31. 40 divided by 144, 5/18 or 0.28. 20 divided by 144 is 0.14. Then 14 divided by 144 is 0.1. Ayan. 9 divided by 144 is 0.06. 7 divided by 144, 0.5 rather, sorry. 6 divided by 144, 0.04. Then we have 3 divided by 144, 0.02. Ayan. So let us see whether the sum of this should be equal to 1. Okay, so 0.31 plus 0.28 plus 0.14 plus 0.1 plus 0.06 plus 0.05 plus 0.04 plus 0.02 equals 1. Ayan guys, equals 1 siya. Okay? So we are done with number 3. Let us proceed to question number 4. From the information given, what is the probability that a student will drop off a class Because of illness. Because of illness. Ayan siya, because of illness. There is a chance of 28% of dropping out. Okay? Because of money, 0.05. And then change of major, 0.1. Ayan. Okay? So, the percentage will serve as the probability. And then, number 5, what or would you consider the information in the table to be a probability distribution? Na-meet ba niya yung requirements, yung dalawang requirements ng probability distribution? Ang sum niya is equal to 1 and all of these individual outcomes has a probability of greater than 0 but less than 1. Okay? Next. Are the categories mutually exclusive? Okay? Mutually exclusive means there will be no overlapping. Diba? Walang nag-overlap. So, we have considered each of the result. Halimbawa, itong 45 persons yan. Walang nagsabing na it is too difficult at the same time it is due to illness. Ayan. So, mutually exclusive sila. So, we have considered that these individuals are different from these individuals as well as the following individuals. Walang magkatulad na tao na nagsabing change of major at saka money, wala. Okay, so it is mutually exclusive. And then, are the categories independent? Yes, they are independent since the second option does not affect the first option. Okay, or itong change of work, hindi siya naka-apekto doon sa pag-choose ng too difficult. Okay, so they are independent. Are the categories exhaustive? Yung categories daw ba is exhaustive? Kapag kasi exhaustive, kapag, ang ibig sabihin ng exhaustive, kapag pinaghalo mo yung dalawang events, ay makocover niya yung total number ng frequency natin. So, hindi exhaustive yung ating mga categories. Okay? So, halimbawa itong dalawang reasons, too difficult at saka illness, dapat kasi kapag pinag-plus natin yan, equals to the total. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng exhaustive. So, yung mga categories natin this time are not exhaustive. Okay? And then, are the two requirements of a discrete distribution met? Yes. Okay, kasi nakita natin kanina. Ayan. Ayan. So, yung unang category natin or yung unang requirement natin rather ay equals 1. Dapat yung probability natin or yung percentage natin. And then the percentages or the probabilities for each outcome excuse me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So, the two requirements are met. Okay, kasi yung percentage natin kanina ay equals 1 and then yung individual percentage ng each outcome ay less than 1 but greater than 0. Okay? And so, let us have some more examples. Rolling 2 dice. Using the sample space for tossing 2 dice, construct a probability distribution for the sums of 2 through 12. Ayan. So, gagawa daw tayo ng sample space ng 2 dice. Ayan, gagawa tayo. Ayan. So, ang event natin ngayon ay rolling 2 dice. Ang experiment natin ay rolling 2 dice. And then, ang event natin ay kukunin natin yung sums from 2 to 12. Ayan. Nasaan siya? Okay. So, ito yung ating sample space. Pag ganito na lang yung pag-ano natin para para dire-diretso tayo mamaya, ano? Okay. So, 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and 6. And then we have 2 and 1, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 2 and 5, 2 and 6. So, ito yung first na mga ano natin ha. First, result ng first die and then result ng second die. Okay, and then 3 and 1, 3 and 2, 3 and 3, 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 3 and 6, 4. 4 and 1, 4 and 2, 4 and 3, 4 and 5, 4 and 4 rather, 4 and 5, 4 and 6. Then we have 5 and 1, 5 and 2, 5 and 3, 5 and 4, 5 and 5, 5 and 6. And we have 6 and 1, 6 and 2, 6 and 3, 6 and 4, 6 and 5, and 6 and 6. And then we are going to get the sum. Magsasum tayo. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then we have here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we have here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we have here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we have here 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then we have here 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Ayan. And so, we are going to get the sum. Yung mga sum, ito yung mga kukunin natin. So, that is our x. Diba? So, we have 2, 3, 4, sana magkasya, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ay, halos hindi na siya nagkasya. And then, kukunin natin yung frequency. Frequency ng bawat sum natin. So, sa 1, we have 1. Ayun. Ay, sa 1. Sa 2. Layo natin yung ating pan ng konti para makita. Ayan. Okay, so sa 2 natin merong isa, di ba? And then sa 3 natin, lagyan natin ng ganyan yan. Okay, sa 3 natin merong dalawa. And then sa 4 merong 1, 2, and 3. And then sa 5 mayroong 1, 2, 3, 4. And then sa 6 merong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then sa 7, merong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then sa 8 ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa 9 ay 1, 2, 3, 4. Sa 10 ay 1, 2, 3. Sa 11 ay 1, 2. And then sa 12 ay 1. Ayan. So, yun yung ating frequency. And then, we have the probability. Okay. So, itong lahat ay 36, di ba? 36 lahat yan. 6 times 6 equals 36. O, sa counting principle natin, dun sa pinag-aralan natin ng last week, probability counting principle, there are 6 outcomes dun sa first na die natin. And then, sa second na die natin ay 6. So, 6 times 6 equals 36. So, there are 36 possible outcomes. Okay, so 2. Ilan yung 2? 1. So, that is 1 over 36. And then, ilan yung 2? That is, yung 3 pala. Sorry, that is 2 over 36 or 1 over 18. And then, we have 4 ay 3 over 36 or 1 over 12. And then we have 4 over 36 or 1 over 9. And then we have 5 over 36 cannot be reduced. 6 over 36 equal or 1 over 6. And then again 5 over 36 cannot be reduced. 4 over 36 is 1 over 9. Or 1 over 9, 3 over 36 or 1 over 12, and then 2 over 36 or 1 over 18 and 1 over 36. Okay? So, this is the probability distribution of rolling 2 dice. Ayan. Okay, so if you're going to add all this is equal to 1. Or the sum is equal to 1 rather. Okay? So, I hope you have understood the